Okay then, now that we have our basic frame and we have a logo, we have some items on the navigation bar. But of course, when you look at the screen here, even if you blow it up, it's fairly evident that the text might be a bit too small for us to see and understand. So what we do is we select each of the text here, and then if you come to the right navigation bar, we will see that there are options to change the text, and that's the text size. So let's increase that up to 15. It's a bit bigger, but still too small. Let's make it 20. Okay, that's much more easily visible. Now then, we have our navigation bar items ready here. Let's add some more. Let's duplicate projects and create something like blog and another called contact. Alright then, now in order for us to ensure alignment of the navigation items, if you select each of these items here, if you want to drag with your mouse, you see that there are some orange lines popping up here, which will technically help you to align the different elements that you've designed. Okay, now that we have a navigation bar, let's try to include a banner, and here's where the fun begins. So let's select the shape, place it inside the box, and in order for us to make sure that this shape is included inside the frame, we can select the frame and move it around. Yes, it is included inside the frame, so we're all good. So how can we include an image here? We can definitely go to the main menu. We can place an image and drag an image from our desktop. But of course, we can avoid doing that with a much easier and much more fun procedure called plugins. Now, how can we find a plugin? Let's select the shape. If you right-click on it, and here comes the menu, and here is the option called plugins. And in order for us to include an image, we have to select Unsplash. So let's wait a while, and we are going to have a menu pop up. There we go. That is the Unsplash menu. So we can select any category that's listed here. We can select abstract, for instance, and it'll pop up a massive number of images. Let's try to select any one of these. Let's go with this one. And there we go. You have your image inside your frame, which is now part of the banner. And of course, it's a great idea to continue testing out your prototype or your wireframe as you keep designing. So let's do that. We select the frame, we drag it around. Yep, it is still part of your website layout. And of course, there are many ways that we can modify our content. For instance, we can change the layout of the text by changing the type of the text and changing the typeface itself. We can, if we want to make all of these bold, just Control B and all of them become bold. But this looks a little too bold for this website layout, so let's keep it medium or semi-bold. Okay, perfect. Now, let's add some text to the banner itself. Again, we go to the top, we select text, and we create a text box here. Add something. Let's say we, of course, need to increase the text size to make it more easily visible. So let's select 48. That's good. We can make it a little bigger. Okay, that sounds about right. Alright, so let's make this center aligned, and we are going to add some text here. Let's say integrity, efficiency. Okay, so we've added some text here, and as we can see here that the text box itself is way too big. Of course, we can click on enter and keep on adding new text. But one way for us to ensure that our design is more efficient is to keep the layers of text separate, just as we're keeping each component and image separate. So one way we can make the text box more easily resizable is to go to the right hand menu here and click on this little double-sided arrow, and there we go. So now we can duplicate that, bring it over here. Now we can reduce the text size to, let's say, 40. Yep, we can decrease it a little more. Looks about okay. Let's add some text here, but of course we don't know yet what our website or our business represents. So one way we can add some text here is to right click on this and go to plugins and go to lorem ipsum. Here, as you can see here, that you have options to add a number of different sentences, and also you can auto generate. So let's look at the first option. Let's go to 2 sentences, or no, let's click on 1 sentence, generate, and there we go. We have a basic lorem ipsum sentence. Let's select these 2, bring them more to the middle. Yep, that orange line depicts that your text is in the middle aligned with your image, and that's it. Now, something you notice here is that your text against the background does not have much of a contrast. So individuals or groups with visual impairments might have difficulty in understanding the contrast difference. So one way to solve this is to select the image itself and then go to the right where it says fill. Here you can click on the plus sign, which will add some layers of on top of the image itself. There we go. That's one layer. The text seems a little bit more visible now. Let's add up one more. I think that's good enough for now. Okay, so now we have a banner, we have a navigation bar, and we have some space to add some more audiovisual elements. So let's create another rectangle, and as you can see here, that part of the rectangle is invisible, which means it's either outside of the frame itself, but rather if you click on the frame here, you'll see on the right hand side that it says clip content. So if we take that out, that's what happens. So the entirety of your rectangle is still there, but this essentially helps your frame to clip that content out. So now we can add another Unsplash image here. So let's go to plugins, Unsplash, and let's click on technology and select this image. There we go. Now we can add some text here to the right. Let's add a header. Maybe it represents something like our philosophy. Okay, let's reduce the text size a little bit more. Let's bring that down to 40. That looks about okay. Okay, and now we are going to add some more text here. There we go. Let's bring the text size down to 20, which is consistent with our navigation bar text. And then we can right click again, go to plugins, go to lorem ipsum, and add, let's say, 5 sentences. There we go. That is our basic landing page layout.